Hello, my name is Chris and I'm here today to review for you the brand new Memphis album entitled Challenger. So let's get to it. Now I usually do a little background history on a band like I'm sure you guys have seen before, but I actually did it in a previous review of their last album, The Hollow, so you can actually check that out down below if you want to see more on the band. Now I will give a little quick discography on the band as to of what they have put out to date, so I'll just get right into it. In 2007 they released their first EP, which was a self-titled EP, which later that year had actually got re-released by Trustkill Records when they got signed. And in 2009 they released their first full-length, which was entitled Sleepwalking. Now a second EP was released in 2010, which was called Between the Lies. This was off Bullet Tooth Records. Now on January 17th of 2011 they had signed to Rise Records and officially announced that they released their second full-length, which was the first off Rise, which was entitled The Hollow, which you can see down below. Now that is what we have been leading to here today, which is their third full-length, second off Rise Records, entitled Challenger, which is set to release on June 26th, but I'm here today to give you a full review on it, so let's get to it. Okay, so we've finally arrived at the actual review of the album. First off, I will say this is an 11-track record, which you can see right here is the track list. Got it? Alright, awesome. Now, I will say this is probably one of their best albums to date, and I will get into detail right now into telling you why it's their best to date. It starts off with a really cool song called Without Walls. It's about a minute and a half long. Really cool intro, and it starts off with a really kind of like mellow piano sort of intro, which kind of reminds me of The Burden from the last album, the kind of soft instrumental feel to it. And it gets into a bit of gang vocals, a bit of gang chants, it's really cool. And then straight into Maddie with his screams, really great lyrics. So yes, that leads straight into the second song, Alive in Lights, which features a variety of the musical styles that Memphis has done over the years. If you listen to it closely, you can hear a bit of like some stuff from Sleepwalking and from The Hollow, the dark, but the dark kind of ominous feel to it, but still with the heavy and just a little bit of the southern rock, just a little bit, but it's still really cool. Now next we've arrived to track 3, which is Prove Me Right. Now this is the first single that was released by the band for this album, and I definitely feel it's one of the most powerful songs on this album, because I'm sure some people could figure it out. It's about their previous label, Trustkill Records. Now it's pretty much stating how Trustkill Records did not have a lot of faith in them, and treated them wrongly and didn't think they would amount to anything. But Memphis as a band, they conquered what they said. They doubted their critics, and they got signed to Rise Records, which is a huge label, and now they're making, they're having a lot of like world tours, and this is their second full length, so it's really, really cool. I really dig that, and it's definitely a song that I'm sure a lot of people can really dig and feel to if you've ever been on a record label. The very first half of this album is very hard not to talk about. I mean, it has some of the best stuff on the CD. And I'll get right into the next song, which is called Red Tooth and Claw. Now, this is a great example of, a great drum intro, really great, you listen to it, it's definitely one of the most unique drum intros on the song. Very impressive, clean and screaming vocals, and midway through the song you can hear the old southern style rock like you hear from Sleepwalking, and if you pay really close attention you'll have it on repeat. It's really, really cool. I dig it. I miss the southern style, but it's really cool they brought it back for that little pitch, so it's really, really awesome, so check that out. So yeah, then we get into Voices, which is also a really well done song, the second song they released, and you can feel a lot of emotion behind it, and what some people can really relate to if they've had drinking problems or they feel they can't really turn to anything other than to drinking. So yes, definitely a really great song as well. Over the halfway point of this album, we've reached track 7, which is entitled Miles Away, which features Kellen Quinn. Now, I had to say, this is probably my favorite song off the album. I really enjoy it because they did something different, where it was just pure, clean vocals from Maddie, as well as Kellen, but it was really heartfelt, and I could feel the emotion coming from him, and it was definitely something that he's felt in life, and it's really tearing him up. I'm sure a lot of people who are either in bands or just away a lot and they can't see the person they love, it really tears them up, so it really makes you feel something inside. It's definitely a really good song, and it's why it's my favorite off the album. And Kellen does a great job as well. I will say that his vocals, they're really well fitting, and their voices go really well together. There was another guest vocalist on this album who was Danny Warshnop from Asking Alexandria. Now, I will say there was a studio video update that Memphis did, and he was featured in the video, which, you know, gave the hint that he was going to be on the album. So that got a lot of people excited, and I was excited too to see what he would have done. Now, he was featured on the song Losing Sight. I will say this song is really, really well done. It's really catchy. I still like Miles Away, you know, for, you know, picking favorite guest vocalist. But yes, you know, the song is really well done. It has some really and heavy, fast-paced music, and it has some amazing bass work. This is my favorite song, you know, featuring bass, because, like, again, in one of the studio update videos, they had the bass player, you know, I'll link it down below, but you can really feel the bass, really kind of heavy, really well done. I love it. And, you know, Danny did an amazing job. Vocals are really well done, so yes, definitely another top song off the album. So we're getting near the end of the album now. We're at track 10 with Generation Hate. Now, I love this song just purely because of the lyrics and what they're saying. This is basically saying to all the people out there who are writing on videos, writing on walls and stuff, like just saying all these hateful comments, saying, you know, this band has changed, they suck because of this, they should go back to this, and they're saying that their comments do not affect them, and, you know, they're just basically showing their own insecurities and showing that, you know, they're doing these things which they don't have to do, and they're just making themselves look, you know, idiotic. I'm not a person who really does this stuff on videos or anything, so I can really relate. I don't like when people say it. It doesn't make much sense. You can keep comments to yourself, you know. I mean, you have free speech, but it doesn't really matter. The negative comments will just, they're just really stupid. So yes, it's definitely really well done. I really dig the song because of that. Now the album actually ends with a really cool instrumental song called Vessels. Now Vessels is just basically a 2 minute and 40-second song. It's just, you know, kind of like The Burden, where it's just like an outrolude, and it's really cool, really well done. I really love it, so make sure you check it out. Alright, so now my final thoughts on the album. I will say, this album is perfect. It has any kind of feel that people who love this genre of music can go for. From really heavy and non-stop, you know, music that keeps you going, really angry, to slow and heartfelt, which hits you right here in the heart, and it's just really well done. I will give this album a 10 out of 10, which is a rare rating for me, but this band definitely deserves it, and this album will get a 10 out of 10. And just so you know, this album should be one in your collection if you are a collector like me. Alrighty guys, so that is my review of Memphis Mayfire's Challenger. Make sure you tell me down below your favorite stuff from the album, what you think of it, you know, favorite songs, if you like Kellen and Danny on it, and you know, just make sure you tell me if you dug it or not. Again, tell me down below what albums you want to see, and I will get to them as soon as I can. And you know, if you say something really cool and out of the ordinary, like something I probably haven't heard of, I'll do the review, and I'll make sure to mention you as the person who wanted to get it done. So yes, you'll get a shout out in my video if you write down the album you want to see. So yes, thank you very much guys. Make sure you like the video down below and subscribe up above. And always got to remember to, you know, just keep watching, keep sharing. Make sure you like this video, share it around, show it to some friends. And yes, it's music for today, it's music for tomorrow, and it's music for life. Peace out everyone.